This is Pop Bagby, y'all. I woke up this morning and I had Tallulah on my mind. You know, it's something when you come to a place and you're adopted to be your new home and you fall in love with it. And when people are talking about it on the negative side, it bothers you. So it hurts me to my heart when I read articles about Tallulah being one of the worst little towns in Louisiana and the crime rate and job and poverty and all of this. So as I was laying this morning, the Spirit came to me and I got up and I rode around town and I began to look at all the pros versus all the cons. This town is setting on a $1 billion operation. When I look at Tallulah, I see it's a hub. It's a transportation hub. We have 5 truck stops in Tallulah alone. We have the Kangaroo, Chevron, TA, Love's, and Exxon. I went and I counted all the parking, over 200 plus trucks parked in this town on a daily basis. More than that comes through on the traffic between, let me slow down, the I-20 corridor, the hub, and 65, north and south. So we're sitting here, we got the great waterways at the port, we have rail systems, and we're not capitalizing on any of this that's coming through here. Where I'm standing at right now, could you imagine what would take place if we had a truck wash out and truck wash into Tallulah? All the trucks coming through here, tankers and reefers that come through this town. I looked at and did the numbers. Over $2.5 million alone if you got every other 5 trucks to stop and get a truck wash. $2.5 million a year. That's just in transportation revenue. That ain't counting other things that can come off of that event. Being a truck owner, when I go to get a wash out at a truck stop, be it Blue Beacon or whatever, it's from $30 to $40 to get my trailer washed out. Can you imagine what would take place in Tallulah? Most of them got 6 and 7 people working. We're talking about creating jobs and revenue and bringing in economical base. We got the Tallulah High School, which is on the register as a historical site. Could be getting government money for the historical site. You saw what they did in Monroe. They took one of the old houses that's historical house and they refurbishing it for a site and they're going to sell it. We have at least 2 in this town. I know that Lieutenant Porter Johnson showed me on the register that we have plenty of properties. Not only that, supposing we took all these empty buildings, here I go now. We could have a donut shop right there on 65 across from KFC where the old art gallery, where the video gallery was. We've got buildings over there that's not even being used. You see these trucks going by with these trailers, that's money. Somebody need to be out there counting these trucks, find a way to get these trucks to come in and spend money in Tallulah. Create some kind of a day. Let's have a truck drivers appreciation day. Have it, open the park up, trucks coming into town. We got barbecue, we got all kinds of cooks going on, all kinds of vendors, and the trucks will stop in here. We're sitting right here on one of the greatest opportunities known to mankind, and we're sitting on our assets, people. We have 100 plus churches. Why can't these churches quit arguing about who's right, who's wrong, come collectively together and create jobs for our people? If there is no jobs, create jobs. We have to use what you have to get what you need. We are not using our assets. I look around. When I came to town, I took 1 truck and I built the trucking business. Now I'm teaching other young men how to do the same thing because you don't want to be an owner, you want to be an entrepreneur. What does that mean? Creating a business with a business plan, setting up an account with it, and then coming up with a plan to get your loan and get you what you call a line of credit. You know, don't want to own it, just want to be a part of it. So create a business, create entrepreneurship. People that are doing hair, you know, we got all these things going on around here that we could be capitalizing on. Let me slow down again. We're talking about education. We have McCall School, Madison, you got TE, okay, you have Wright, then you got the charter school, you got the academy. My question is this: where is the magnet school? Because I know that's $113 million available to any magnet school that will open up, that'll bring in more money. More money brings in better teachers, that give you better wages, and everything will start getting better. It raises your SPS up, it raises up It just makes things better. I, as an individual, see this. What do you see? Why can't you see these things? I ride around town and I see these things. And I begin to say, rather complain about it, let's make these things be an asset. One other thing, when I walk around, brothers and sisters, and I see plastic bottles on the ground and cans, I'm looking at a $1 million best year business. It's called recycling. They're paying 5 cents a bottle in California for plastic bottles. We need somebody to start getting it, plus it cleans up the town. All the plastic bottles on the street won't be there because they'll be getting them up. A penny a bottle. A penny a bottle, bottle them up in a bale and sell them to WM, which means waste management, and they can move it on for us. We are not using our assets. We're sitting around here crying in our milk, crying in our beer, crying in our wine, and crying on our dope. When you need to get up and get some hope. You don't need dope, you need hope. And we're talking about giving you some hope today. We are not welfare recipients. We are a great nation, and we need to show people that we don't need handouts. All you need to do is, as the prophet James Brown says, open the door, I'll get it myself. Just get out of my way, and I'll do it myself. I'm standing by land right now that could be used for a nice truck wash, truck stop. We're talking about Blue Beacon have 2 bays. They have 6 men to a base working 24 hours in Jackson. I could either drive to Jackson to get my truck washed out or drive to Rayville to get my truck washed out. Why can't I get my truck washed out right here? Why can't I get the tankers washed out right here? We've got complex chemical. We've got rails coming in. And I've been informed that there's more rails are buying into our rail system. They're working hard at the port to bring in business. Why are we involved? Our churches who crying out to Jesus, you need to put the vision together, because now let's talk about Jesus. He started with 1 and organized a group of 12. From 12 went to a great number. Now he's the most powerful known religion in the world today. Is that? You know, why can't we capitalize on unity and strength? All we got to do, people, is just learn to work together to benefit the whole. And we can do that. We can do that. If ants can work together to build a mound and create revenue, why can't we? And the Bible says, consider the ant. Look at the ant. Consider these things.
I just want everybody to know that this is the first step, and we're going to involve the community when we begin putting our plan into action.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.